Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good day. We are from Group B. We'll present about new car safety assessment protocol. Okay, firstly, we would like to thank TS Muhammad Khairul Amri bin Tofrowash for teach us in this subject. Okay, next. Okay, our group consists of 5 group members. The first one is Xia Yujiang, and the second one is Muhammad Aiman bin Ibrahim. Next is T Chang Long, and the fourth Yazar Ratib Mahmud Nusairat, and lastly is me Nais Afan bin Muhammad Naisham. Xia Yujiang and T Chang Long is doing brochure, and our is doing the presentation and slide.
So I will explain the server Google form and the information and the answers that you get from respondents. First question we have the journal of respondents. So first figure show that there about the percentage 78.4 are male respondents, meanwhile 21.6 are female respondents. Second, the figure shows the majority number age of the respondents who answered the survey are 82.4, which between the age 22 to 26 years old. Next, please. Next, please. Third question, it was the education levels of respondents. This figure shows the educational level of the respondents, and the vast majority of those holding the bachelor degree were 76.5%, followed by those who studied diploma, and the lowest percentage of those who doing PhD thesis was 1.8% of the total number of the studies students respondents. Fourth question, the driving experience. This figure shows the number of respondents who have already tried and have driving experience, and the largest percentage of those who have tried driving for a period of 1 year to 5 years was 64.6%, followed by those who have 6 to 10 years of experience with percentage of 27.5. As for the two lowest percentage of 16 to 20 years and 11 to 15 years. Next, please. For section B, the general survey, essential to buy new car. This figure shows the percentage result of people responding with yes or no if they have intend to buy a new car, and the majority answered yes with the percentage of the 68.6, and no with the percentage of 31.4. Second question is a question of section B. The factors considered before I buy a car. This graph shows respondents' answer to the most important factors to consider before a car, and the probabilities and the numbers are somewhat similar. Next, please. Third question in question B, in section B, do you think cars safety feature is important? This graph shows represent the percentage of the question, do you think safety features in the car are important? And the answers was yes with the sweep. That's mean 100%. 4. Have you heard about NCAB before? This figure shows the percentage of the people who have heard of NCAB before, and the percentage was 74.5 of the two levels, have heard and 2.5% have never heard of NCBE before. Next, please. Fifth question from section B. Where do you heard about NCAB before? This graph explains the answer to the question, where did you hear about NCAB before? And it was the highest percentage through print college at 29.4%, and the lowest at 9.8%. And this is the case with the people who heard about NCAB through advertisement. Number 6, how many Asian NCAB stars would you prefer before purchasing a car? This figure shows preference in the number of Asian NCAB stars of respondents who before buying a car. Half of respondents prefer 5 stars as 58.8% of the full number of the answers. Next, please. Choose the vehicle manufacturing companies involved in Asia NCAB. In this chart, the number of represented who choose the vehicle manufacturing participating in Asian NCAB, which is Honda, Proton, Toyota, and Toyota were the biggest choices. And after that came BMW and Mercedes-Benz. For section C, the first question was, in your opinion, it is important for vehicles to have safety assist technology? This graph shows represents the percentage of the question, in your opinion, is it important for vehicles to have safety assist technology? And the answer was yes with the sweep. It's about 98 percentage. Second question from section B. Do you agree the Asian NCAB rating influence your car purchasing decision? This chart shows the impact of shareholder approval, the Asian NCAB rating, and vehicle purchase decision with the complete agreement have the highest percentage of 58.8%. Number 3, please rate the following safety assist pillars based on your satisfaction with the vehicle you currently own. This chart represents respondents' satisfaction with the safety assist pillars in their current vehicles. The percentage of satisfied was great in the 3 types of pillars of the safety. Yeah, I will pass the next part to my group member, Muhammad Ayman.
Okay, I will continue the difference between Euro NCAP and ASEAN NCAP test protocol. So the Euro NCAP test protocol, the initial phase of Euro NCAP testing coincided with the installation of the first realistic crash test under European legislation. Euro NCAP was created with the intention of encouraging manufacturers to go above and beyond the regulatory requirements. As shown in the cases below, this was done by utilizing more difficult and or additional test conditions and broadening the review to new areas of vehicle safety. So Euro NCAP test protocol divided to 5, which is the pole test, knee protection, pedestrian protection, child protection, intelligent seatbelt reminder. So the pole test, because head impact was uncommon in the barrier test, Euro NCAP devised an optional pole test to verify the utility of side impact head protecting airbags. The US side impact pole test was developed for use with the Euro SID-1 European side impact dummy due to a lack of an equivalent test in Europe. Knee protection. Knee protection is one of the most disputed aspects of the adult occupant assessment. In the frontal impact test, the adult dummy's knees always hit the same little areas of the fascia due to the seating technique. Euro NCAP checks the entire fascia area, and if dangers are discovered, penalties are assigned to the Euro NCAP score. For the pedestrian protection, improvement in pedestrian safety, in contrast to occupant safety, took a long time to materialize at first. Euro NCAP changed its pedestrian testing and evaluation methodology in early 2002 to encourage manufacturers to improve due to a lack of progress. At the same time, new advanced reports by the EEVC 11 were implemented. Using this new method, some moderate progress was made. So the child protection in 1982, the European test standard for child restraint 15 was established. As a result, in 2003, Euro NCAP included a new star rating that especially addressed the protection of children in the case of a crash. The rating was based on the protection provided to a 3-year-old and an 18-month-old kid placed in the back seat in a restraint of the kind suggested by the car manufacturer in front and side crash testing. And for intelligent seatbelt reminder, in order to improve the problem, Euro NCAP devised a protocol to encourage the installation of intelligent seatbelt reminder (SBR). EEVC's work on seatbelt reminders affected the procedure. Euro NCAP requires an audio-visual final signal for front seats at least 60 seconds after the engine begins, after 500 meters of vehicle travel, or at speeds above 25 km per hour. So next. For the ASEAN NCAP test protocol, for each model, ASEAN NCAP conducts only one crash test, the frontal offset test, which result in two independent rating schemes: adult occupant protection (AOP) and child occupant protection (COP). So for the adult occupant protection AOP, driver and front passenger, the information gathered by sensors in the dummies and on the car's body will be analyzed by body area. And second, the vehicle is also put through a modifier evaluation which considers real-world circumstances. And for the child occupant protection COP, 3-year-old and 18-month-old infant, because the test results are primarily for public consumption, especially for consumers to consider the car model safety protection as defined by NCAP, they can simply refer to the star rating for AOP and percentage base for COP, where the former is marked with 5 stars as the best and the latter with 100% as the best. Okay, according to the ASEAN NCAP 2013, the table 3 explain the AOP and COP scoring schemes, and the figure 3 explain the ASEAN NCAP rating plate for publications and advertising. As you can see, this is the result. Next, I will pass to the Safwan.
Okay, for this table, it showed the analyzed 5-star Euro NCAP versus 5-star ASEAN NCAP. Okay, let we look at the Euro NCAP. For Euro NCAP, adult occupant protection, children occupant protection, vulnerable road user, protection, and safety assist are the 4 areas of which Euro NCAP base its safety grade. Next, a full width frontal crash test at 50 km per hour with a hard barrier has been added to the Euro and NCAP 5-star rating, with 2 smaller dummies depicting smaller female occupant seated in the front and rear seats. And the last one is vehicle with 5-star rating provide exceptional safety. Okay, let's relook at the ASEAN NCAP. For the ASEAN NCAP, it has adult occupant protection, children occupant protection, safety assist, and motorcyclist safety are the 4 areas on which ASEAN NCAP base its safety rating. Next is 5-star needs seatbelt reminder for the driver and front passenger, as well as electronic stability control, or known as ESC. And the last one, the proportion of each pillar determines the number of 5-star rating. The AOP is at 80%, the COP is at 70%, and the safety assist is at 70%, while biker safety is at 50%. Okay, next. Okay, in this slide, it shows the difference between ASEAN NCAP and Euro NCAP test protocol. For the Euro NCAP, the side barrier test now employs a larger, heavier impactor, and the side pole test has been made more difficult by changing the impact angle. So, the advanced driver assistance functions such as automatic emergency braking and the lane departure warning also include. At least half of all new automobile sold must have it fitted. Okay, for the ASEAN NCAP, in terms of AOP and COP rating endpoints, early and more current variant of the same vehicle were compared. So for in the field of view test protocol and innovative test protocol, the following criteria were assessed. The first one is performance requirement. The second one is mannequin positioning. And the third one is the test area. And the fourth, the test sequence. And the lastly is testing device. Next. Okay. The Euro NCAP would avoid comparing test result for more than 2 years ago, since these criteria may have changed, as well as finding from other NCAP organization because the tests they conduct are different. So there are 3 aspects to the overall safety rating, which is primary safety, secondary safety, and tertiary safety. Okay, for the ASEAN NCAP, in terms of the COP, ASEAN NCAP launched the Q1.5 and Q3 dummies, which contain a variety child restraint system accessible in the ASEAN region. And the last one is ASEAN NCAP emphasizes the importance of blind spot detection technology as a solution to motorcycle safety challenge. In addition to BSD, the motorcycle safety pillar include advanced rear view mirror, auto high beam, pedestrian protection, and advanced motorcycle safety technology. So in the conclusion, it can be shown that ASEAN NCAP is more provide to the motorcycle safety protection. Okay, next. Okay, that's all from our group. Thank you. And Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.